everyone, and welcome back to War in the Pacific Admirals Edition. We're pushing into June, week in, and still unloading here. I got plenty of stuff sitting here, but we're just not going to attack just yet. Whoa. How did we... Oh, okay, that's the other way around. How did we get out of that without getting hit? Sad. Okay. I think it sank anyway. Trying to slink back to some kind of port, maybe. I'm gonna have to figure out. There's a Japanese submarine down here somewhere. We'll have to. I have so many assets doing all sorts of stuff to try to find his things. I'm not sure why we didn't see that sub. Well, it's possible it moved. Maybe it was somewhere visible, but then it moved, and until our aircraft fly today, we might not know where it is. But also, I don't usually have ships bouncing around without escort, so I'm not sure why some escort didn't fire back. Let's take a look when we. Well, I'll take a look. If it's probably not meaningful enough to interject here, but this has got to be frustrating, right? He misses one of my ships, and I'm sinking several of his. Well, okay, several does not equal two, but anyway. Now we're flying around, although it looks like not very much because it's saying. Um, okay, 1-to-1. Well, I guess severe storms helped us there. Yeah, he's been mixing it up, so I'm impressed. I'm proud of him. He's not. I mean, other than Changsha and Xi'an, he's bouncing around different targets. Wow, that's a lot of aircraft. That's a lot of aircraft and not a lot of hits, and it's clear. Wow. Alright, we're hitting Ambon again, and not a lot of hits there either. It is thunderstorms, but just not. Some of these raids are almost overly effective, and some of them just glancing blows. Okay, so he is still bombing that base there, the ground troops there anyway. Alright. Well, I'm kind of thinking about this while this turn is going. I'll probably pull those Chinese fighters back again, because we're not really getting anywhere with what we got. Just a very minor inconvenience, and it's you burning supplies we really don't have. Ooh, direct hit. Lot of near misses. We're still shooting even though we lost contact. Make it come to the surface and take it out. I want to sink all of these subs. It does say heavy damage. Alright, let's see. Sorry, I was thinking about something completely unrelated to that battle. Because I'm thinking way ahead about my attack at Weewak. What we're bombarding here, but like I've stated before, I don't want to attack prematurely and have him retreat to a hex side or a hex that's going to be very difficult to chase him down. So. See, this is not good. We're just going to turn that off. We're making him burn supplies, but he's burning his own when he bombards us. So we'll just turn that off. Dealey, Port 2, Silchar. Is that Russian? Anyway. Alright, we'll see what we get for... Ooh. Okay, a few things upgrading. We'll see what we get in reinforcement-wise. I am pulling my subs back as they need to replenish and we're getting them refitted. So I want the most advanced possible, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do it just as you know, as we can. Okay, it's June 8th, 1943. And trying a maneuver. I don't know if we're going to get spotted, and I'll talk about that when it's time. Alright, well, we miss a destroyer. Probably hoping to get some cargo ships, but, okay. We're missing everything, but they're not hitting us either, although, wow! The paddle might sink. Oh, that's a shame. We were forced to surface. Never mind, we're gonna sink. What? I didn't see a notification, nor did I hear it. Yeah, it's in a bad way. All right. It's a little overkill here. All right, he's looking at us in this in the area of East Timor. Hmm. Yeah, sorry, nothing exciting. Well, I don't have anything exciting planned this turn. We'll see if my opponent does. Next turn should be a bit more crazy. All right. We have, pardon me, we have some flak here, but it's the light 40 millimeter, I think 40 millimeter, and it's in move mode, so I don't know if it's helping fend off these bombings, and I don't even know if it can reach up to 10,000. I'd have to look that up, but in any case, it's what it is, and it's fine. Okay, so it looks like we swept Chiang Mai. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Okay, one of the reasons we're bombing Kafieng is because he, I don't want him to attack my, like, get a crazy idea to attack my tanks. But I don't think he could do anything anyway. But but that's why I'm bombing them. Just as a precaution, you could say. Well, that was kind of a lackluster morning. Okay, it's a good thing we swept a little bit and we kept some fighters for the afternoon, so we can clear the skies. Yeah, we're good. Let's bring the bombers in. You know what? I think we're bombing ground troops. Man, I don't even know anymore. I think I messed up on the fighter sweeps. I think yeah. Oh man. I swept Chiang Mai because I did the day before, but then we're bombing here. I think we're gonna bomb with the rest of our aircraft as well. We'll see. Now that was not a good bombing run. I hope more aircraft go. Because I think we're doing another. Okay, good. We're doing another deliberate attack, so I need all these bombers to go. Beat these divisions up, make them just overly disrupted. Wow, that was not enough bombing. Well, I'm assuming it wasn't enough bombing, but okay. Well, this little ML isn't out here to conquer the seas or anything, but it did have some ASW. I figured it would be a little boat that would be hard to sink. I have lost a lot of small boats to torpedoes though, so we'll see. But here we go. I'm gonna skip this because we didn't do anything. It's okay. Just letting him know we have eyes on him, and we're gonna make his life interesting. Yeah, this one he gets the better of us each bombardment. We're bombarding him. I don't know if he's flying any of these guys out, but that's okay. Um, all right, so we're doing another deliberate attack. Maybe we can knock these engineers out. We'll see. So I'm gonna just skip this, but I'm not very comfortable with what I'm seeing here so far. So let's just go 1 to 2. We do have fatigue. That's not good. But we do a lot of significant damage, and we don't lose much. So we'll rest. We we caused more damage than we took, although 28 disabled vehicles is not ideal. But we're whittling away. Um, it's going to be ×3 terrain. Plus, we had fatigue. Plus, which I checked before we attacked, and it looked reasonable, but I guess it wasn't. We'll rest a bit more, and we'll bomb some more of these bases. That's fine. But we did significant damage, like I was saying, and he's gonna have to get supplies in here to replenish all this stuff. So. Okay. As we wrap up here, I'll be jumping into the uh, after action discussion, and we'll see what we have on the map. Yeah, I'm working on that. Looks like some merchant marine. Okay, so this doesn't look that great. The paddle, I can't um, scuttle it, and it's not looking great. 78 flotation. Maybe we can have some really good what is it? Repair repairs on the go. Man, my brain isn't working, but in any case, maybe we can do some emergency repairs on the way back. I'm allowing it to go to Darwin first, and see if we can. I'm trying to get some. Okay. Maybe I'll send it to Dealey. It's a few hexes less, not a lot, but it's a few hexes less. And then just have it parked there and try to get this flotation down. Yeah, 13 hexes less. Get this flotation down to the 59 major, and then maybe, well, I'm just assuming we'll get there, but if we don't, we don't. I'm going to try to save it, of course. And that reminds me, let's make sure it's set to direct. I don't think it'll change, and it didn't. But, so we'll just keep it on normal. We'll try to get in here and do the best we can with it. Let's check. Yeah, auto disband. Okay. Onto operational report. I'm gonna try not to spend too long on here. Got things to do, but all right, here we go. Um, okay, so got some issues with aircraft on carriers. All right, I'm not seeing anything amazing. Actually, there's one thing. We got some devices upgraded at Dealey. I'm trying to get these tank units that I'm going to be using more actively. I'm trying to get them here with the Priest self-propelled artillery, but also the M5s. I may not have a lot of M5s right now, and that's okay. The M7 is going to be nice. Let's take a look at artillery. Priest self-propelled. 35 anti-armor, 16, we'll say high explosive, 13 is the range, and 11 is the load. Okay, I'm trying to remember, well, let's pick one here, tank battalion. 75 millimeter GMC, okay? Because that's what we upgraded from. Where? Okay, let's back up a second. It may be, is it vehicle? Yeah. So this has way higher anti-armor, but its range is only 2. Okay. So M7, maybe that's what this is what I should be looking at. So I'm gonna scroll up here and I don't see the GMC. So 60 versus I think okay. Why did I lose it already? Okay, it's way at the top. 110 to 60, but the soft is 14 for the GMC and 26 for the Priest. But then the range is 12, and we got 35 armor versus 2. See? So plus the armor. So it's going to last. It's going to be a lot stronger in the long run. Now, again, the anti-armor we're missing out on, but with the extra range, we can bombard very effectively. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's jump into this. So we did destroy some planes, and I'm not sure what these are. I'm gonna guess they're transport aircraft because we've been flying Cap over where I think he's picking up with with transport plans. But we'll look. Anyway, 3 to 8, which that's very unusual for us to only lose 3, but also for him to lose much more. Oh, I forgot about the Oscars. Man, my brain. So we shot down 4 Oscars over Chiang Mai, and then he lost ops for a smattering of things. Okay, and we lost a few things, probably P-40s for flying the sweeps. We always lose these transport planes, and then B-25C. All right. Did we lose any pilots? Okay, that's a clean record there. All right, let's take a look. Supposedly, he lost the I-123. Now, we did do significant damage to it, but I'm going to assume no, we did not sink it. And let's take a look at the rest of these ships. Still not reporting on the cruisers we sank earlier. And pretty soon it's gonna fall off that list anyway. That's just the last month. Okay. Whoa. Let's. All right. So look at this. We are. Okay. I'm going to bombard this. Yeah. We're going to bombard and retire back to Macon. We're going to go in and unload. And unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we can get in and maybe we can get in and get an initial load off. But there's that. And then I'm gonna tell this guy to go ahead and go in. And we'll unload these tanks. I'm gonna say remain on state, remain and remain. I don't know why. Maybe I'll allow it. And this one I'll say retire to Macon also. But for now we're going to Quedline with unload. All right, we should be fine. And then we've got these carriers for air cover. Plus we have some fighters, although not necessarily long range, that we can fly some cover to. But over here, let's see if he spotted us. He did not. So I plan to do a full, I don't know anymore. Because I think the best, if I do normal speed, the best I could do is, let's say here. And I don't want to take a chance. I'm going to do full speed to, let's say, somewhere in here. I kind of like this spot maybe. But I'll make sure I've got all the range figured out. We've got a bunch of ships here. I'm gonna go have some go for ships, some go for port, and some go for base, air base. And then all my heavies, I'm gonna go in as well. I'm gonna sweep with heavies. I don't know. I'm rolling the dice here. I realize that, but we're going in hot. Now I'm not 100% sure about um, if there's a minefield or not. So I'm going to avoid bombardment, although that would be pretty amazing, I think. But I'm gonna do a full speed right to right here. It's only 10, somewhere in here. A little bit closer if I need to for range. Something like, something in this area. And then we'll just slink away to Tulagi or Short Lens or something to regroup. And if we need to, we'll go all the way back to Australia. But I think a raid here is in order. And I'm gonna, like I say, I'm gonna go for some shit. You know, I've got 4 carrier groups, maybe Victorious being a smaller task group. Maybe that one can go for ships, and also it's got torpedo bombers. And also the Saratoga and Wasp can go for ships. And then the Enterprise group can hit the airfield, let's say. And then the Lexington group can hit the port. But I may mix and match and do, torpedo bombers here and dive bombers there. We'll look and we'll confirm all the things. Make sure. It's possible that the torpedo bombers would be better hitting the airbase because then they'll carry bombs instead of duds. And the dive bombers can do both. And then of course we've got whatever air group will hit the ships here, and hopefully we'll sink some things, as well as knock out the airbase for a while. But I'm gonna roll the dice with my heavies, and we'll just go in heavy, no pun intended. Um, we are here with a few more things. We have arrived at Kavieng, and we've got our division. I think we can probably attack, but but I don't know because let's bombard and see what we got here. I didn't want to bombard with my tanks because really that's not going to do much, if anything. And then we can just go ahead and bombard with our um, Marines as well. And then we'll bring up, these guys should all be here. We can even switch these to combat. I'm not going to take a chance. We'll keep the rest of these on move. In fact, I'll just change this back to move. It's fine. We'll get in there and then we'll shift, and then all of this will make it this coming turn. We'll bombard, get a feel them out, and then we'll do an assault with everything we've got here as well. And then this base should be ours. All right. Now, and as far as WEWAC goes, we've got these guys should be here in one turn. We have our fast. Where is our fast transport? Okay, right here. And the route he's taken is kind of semi-roundabout, but that's okay. And then we're going to drop here. But that's going to take 23. I'm going to just roughly, I'm going to say 4 days. It's going to take 4 days. These guys should be here. And then these guys are for sure going to take a long time. So what we'll probably do is secure this. We'll have troops here. And I think I'm going to already assault this position with what I do have. I don't know. We'll maybe with the raid here on truck, we won't need to worry about um, expediting this. Here's the reason I want to take this ASAP. I don't want them to pick up, use air transports, pick up troops, and bring them back to truck. I want to eliminate them instead, but we'll be doing this raid here and maybe damage his ability to do that. So, okay, moving on. And so, sorry, one more thing. So, if we are successful here in our raid and do a lot of damage, then we can delay this a bit more and just it's fine. He won't know. He doesn't know what we're doing, what I'm thinking, I assume. And so, he can't assist this though. That's impossible. He doesn't have the assets to bring, and he's not going to anyway. All right, so moving to the Dutch East Indies, where we're reinforcing, building up what we got here. Um, Really, the main thing I want to do is get this base built up ASAP. We are not right now worrying about building this base because there's no rush there. Um, just looking at, okay, so make sure this is set to do not unload. Wow, I'm glad I caught that. And then we can auto disband, that's fine. Everything will disband into Dilly. So that's fine. And we are still unloading stuff here at Samlaki. I'm trying, I don't know, it's not a big deal, but I'm trying to get this air group up to full 3. And then, yeah. All right, moving up the map and, sorry, just to bounce back here. I've got another division brought into the 40th. It's gearing up for Kandari. I'm gonna try to group up and prep for an invasion at Kandari, and I'll probably leave Ambon alone because that's something I can just keep bombing and make it unusable at this moment. But I do have to be careful. I do have to be careful because he's gonna have air assets somewhere back in here, and I don't know where. He could have moved. He could have moved them to Makassar or Balikpapan. And so when we come in here like this, he could hit us, from some of these bases. So I don't know where he is. We can see here he's got some stuff here, but I don't know how much. So that's interesting. Um, but we left it pretty wasted. Fortunately, we damaged that base pretty well for him as we ran away or surrendered. I can't. That's too far away for me to remember what we did there. And of course, we've got an issue here with um, fatigue. So and that's okay. We'll rest. We still have in the 80s and above for percent TOE, and we'll recover that over time. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at some of these areas that we can keep bombing. Chiang Mai is up to 100, so now we can pick on Pegu, it looks like. Yeah. All right. I did have fighters, this little group here, flying cover over Wu Chang, I think. But he didn't bomb it this turn, which is fine. But we're at only 10 fatigue. I'm okay just keeping that up. He doesn't, as far as I can tell, he doesn't know that our fighters are here, and we'll just keep them there then. And we'll fly these guys. Well, nope, we won't because they're damaged. But when we can, we'll fly them back to Chungking. And what am I looking at here? This light anti-aircraft right here is just the 40 millimeters Bofors. They're heading to their destination, Puchang, and they're marching, and I guess it's slow going. Seems like we were moving a lot faster on these roads, but it could just be how I was checking them every other turn, and so it felt faster. I don't know. But in any case, these 40 millimeters, let's take a quick look, although I'm already going way higher, way over what I was going to do. Um, so it's this one here, C 9800. So if he's flying at 10,000, we can't get him. However, we have this guy on the rail. Gonna move starting tomorrow. 3.7-inch Mark II anti-aircraft. And I went way too far down. Okay, let's move it up a bit. Okay. So we're doing the Mark IIs, which goes up to 24,000. It only does 28. I don't know what that effect is, but we'll just call it damage, 28 damage. But it goes all the way up to 24,000. And if we can get these Mark 6, that's 35, a little extra damage. He's not going to bomb us from 42,000, so I'm not going to upgrade for the 42,000. Now we already have here Chinese. Okay, where is this? Here it is. I knew it was here. 30, no, 3-inch. Okay, see that? I'm trying to, I need to get 4 of these guns here. But yeah, because this 37 millimeter will do basically nothing. The 3-inch, whoops. Um, and then we'll wrap it up here. What is it? 3 in? Yeah. One of these two, it looks like. 13 only. So it behooves us to get that 3.7-inch gun in there. That's going to almost double the damage. And then we do have the 37 millimeter Colt. That also does 13, but it only goes up to 8,600 ceiling. So he has us at a huge disadvantage here until these Indian guns arrive. And similarly, we're trying to get this heavy AA regiment, which also is trying to be upgraded if I can select it, to the Mark 6. That reminds me, I did not. Oh, I'm gonna turn this one off because especially if we can get um, some of these online, this A regiment, some of these 3-inch guns, we'll already be in better shape than Sion. So, and we should have some anti-aircraft here, which we do have a little bit. 12.7 millimeter. That's very small caliber. Um, in Sion, and sorry for taking extra time, but in Sion, I don't think we have any special anti-aircraft, which we don't. However, these base forces do have a little bit, and we have a 3-inch M3 AA gun. And so I'll look at that one, and then we'll be done here. All right, M3 13. This is basically all these 3-inch guns are more or less identical. So we're gonna need these Indian guns to help us. They're gonna be way better quality and maybe knock out some of these Japanese bombers, or at least deter them and maybe cause a lot more misses. So we'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna take off here, but we'll come back and we'll talk about June 9 next time. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Bye.